Standing at the front of your mat, place the feet hip distance apart. We're going to line the body. Open out the soles of the feet. Let the pelvis balance above the feet. Chest and shoulders above the pelvis. Head above the chest and shoulders. And bringing the body into neutral. And bring your awareness to the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And very gently and slowly allow the head to come forward, releasing the back of the neck. So release the weight of the head. Inhalation, let the ribcage expand. And gently exhaling, letting the rib cage contract. We're going to work with this expansion and contraction as you inhale and exhale. Allow the head to oscillate as you breathe. Release the shoulders. Let the weight of the head be pulled. And as you exhale, allow the spine to come down a few more vertebrae. This time we're going to release the arms and the shoulders. So the fingertips, palms of the hands, back of the hands, wrists, forearms, upper arms, shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. And then very gently and slowly, starting to make your way down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Relax the thighs. We're not going to come into a forward bend, but we're going to bend the knees, coming down into almost like a child position, but standing. Inhaling and exhaling. Supported by the feet. And then rolling back up, tracing your footsteps. Chest and shoulders open. Head balances on top of the spine. Okay, we're going to make a slight adjustment this time. Looking down towards the right foot. So it's not a side bend, we're just literally just twisting the spine. Coming down, aiming towards the right foot. Same with the head, arms, shoulders, through the spine. Release the pelvis, let the knees move forward. Again, really using the foundation in the feet to support you. Inhalation, exhalation. Pushing back up, rolling up gently. Realign the spine. And head back up. Coming down towards the left foot. So it's a fluid movement that we're looking for. Inhaling and exhaling into any tension. Coming back up. Good, back up into your alignment. Awareness on the breath as you come forward through the center line once again. Knees forward, release the arms, back of the head. Bring the hands alongside the feet. This time we're going to straighten the legs and also straighten the spine. We're going to do a very active forward bend here. Tuck the chin in, let the back of the neck lengthen. Bend both knees and step the right foot back along the mat. Right knee onto the mat. Take the pelvis back slightly before you lunge forward. Let the chest and shoulders open. And just look towards the horizon. Sweep the left foot back alongside the right. Into what's called a downward facing dog. Hands shoulder distance apart. Feet hip distance apart. That's going to be the first one of many, so if you want to start with bending your knees to release the lower back, so either the knees bent or straight, releasing the pelvis, gently come down onto your knees, onto your front. Take the hands out in front of you. And bring both hands over towards the right hand side. About 45 degrees. So this is a side bend. Opening out through the left waist, left ribs, left side of the spine. Use the breath to work from the inside as you inhale and exhale. Come back to center, over to the left-hand side. So real expansion through the ribs as you expand and contract as you exhale. Come back to center. Spider the fingers towards the wall in front of you. Lifting the rib cage, and then extend the tailbone back towards the wall behind you. Sweep the hands in front of you, onto your elbows, shoulder distance apart. Take the right hand just in front of the left hand alongside with the elbows straight, lift it off the mat. We're in a very gentle back bend. Take it a little bit further, we can tuck the toes underneath the heels, and then gently lifting the knees and thighs off the mat. Inhalation, exhalation. Come back down, bring the hands alongside the chest. We're going to lift back up onto our knees, chest and hips at the same time. Tuck the toes under, back into your downward facing dog. Now have the knees bent, release the pelvis, and then straighten the right leg. We're going to take the tailbone over towards the left wall, so cocking the hips, pointing the tailbone over towards the left side of the room. Back to center, straighten the left leg, bend the right, tailbone over towards the right. Center, bend both knees, step the right foot forward between the hands. Back knee onto the mat, and then lunging forward as you release the pelvis, looking towards the horizon. Lift the back knee, flick off with the back foot, left foot alongside right, bending the knees, pushing down, rolling back up. Now as you come up, open out the chest and shoulders. Now allow the arms to float up, sequencing up into the arms, and then coming back down, rolling down. Keep it fluid. Through the spine, bent knees. As you exhale, straighten the legs, and then dynamically into the spine. Lengthen the spine, tuck the chin in, back of the neck extends. Good. Bend the knees. Step the left foot back along the mat. Left knee onto the mat. Lunging forward. Make sure that the heel is underneath the knee. You don't want the knee moving too far forward in front of that foot. Sweep the right foot back, feet parallel with each other. This time we're going to bend the knees, come forward onto your hands. So it's almost like a push-up. Now once you've come forward, bend the knees and release the pelvis and come back up into that position as if you're being lifted by the hips. And try that again. Bent knees, come forward, bend the knees to release the hips, and then move back from the pelvis, straighten the legs. Coming down onto your knees. Now we're going to move into a back bend, so toes towards the wall behind you. Tuck the tailbone underneath, so arching up like a cat, and coming down from the tailbone, lower back, middle of the back, chest and shoulders, and then finally the head. Looking towards the wall in front of you. Forward, neutralize the lower back, push back, hips and shoulders at the same time, tuck the toes under, push back into a downward facing dog. This time we're going to work a little bit deeper into each leg. So just bend the left knee, relax the right ankle, let the right heel drop, release the right side of the pelvis, back of the right leg opens out. Bend the right knee, same on the other side. Left leg straightens, releasing the ankle, so let the heel drop. left side of the pelvis, extending through the back of the left leg. Bend both knees, step the left foot forward between the hands. So the foot wants to come somewhere in between the hands, so when you lunge forward that the knee's not moving too far forward. Make sure it's either above the heel or the arch of the foot. Coming forward, rolling up. Come back up into standing, arms above the head as you sequence up. Arms come back down, rolling down through the spine. Bent knees, straighten the legs, straighten the spine. Bending the knees again, right foot behind you on the mat. Right knee down, lunging forward. Tuck the back foot under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Come forward onto your knees, into your back bend, tuck the tailbone under. Now everybody's going to have different abilities here, but use this flowing, sequenced movement to move through the back into the head. Open out the chest and shoulders. Don't have to hold it there very long. Come forward, push back with a neutral back, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Bend both knees, step the right foot forward, back knee onto the mat, lunging forward. Flick off with the back foot, bend the knees. Now we're going to do a variation of a forward bend here, so you may need a block or a book in front of you. Turn the feet out so they're Charlie Chaplin feet, heels in towards each other. About 1.5 inches in between the heels, and then straighten the right leg and take the hips over the right foot towards the right wall. Releasing the pelvis. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, take the hips over towards the left wall. So you're taking the hips above the straight leg. Bend both knees. Release the block, turn the feet in so they're parallel. Push down with the feet. And rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, chest and shoulders open, bring the hands above the head. Let the arms come back down, rolling down. Next vinyasa. Bend knees. Straighten the legs, straighten the spine. Bend both knees and step the left foot back along the mat. Left knee onto the mat. This time we're going to come back up on the left knee, take hold of the wrist above the head, and then as you exhale, coming forward. Let the chest and shoulders open. Inhaling and exhaling. Sweep the hands back down alongside the foot. Lift the hips, take the right foot back. This time we're going to open out the hip, so bend the knee and lift the knee. Try not to move too much through the shoulders. Let the pelvis release. Let the leg come back behind you. Relax the ankle of the supporting foot. Right foot back alongside the left. Bending the knees onto all fours, tucking the tailbone under. Rolling down through the spine, up into the head. Coming forward, pushing back, and stepping the left foot forward between the hands. Back knee on the mat, take the weight back above the back knee, and then gently release the hips forward. So working through the spine, lifting the rib cage, letting the chest and shoulders open. Then bringing the hands back alongside the front foot, sweeping the left foot back, bending the knee, opening out the left hip. Relax the lower ankle and the upper ankle. Let the weight of the leg pull the hips round. And then sweep the left foot forward between the hands. Flick off with the back foot. Feet alongside each other. Exhaling, pushing up through the spine, into the chest, arms above the head. Coming down, rolling down. Forward bend. Keep the spine long. Bend both knees, right foot back along the mat. Now we're going to extend the heel of the right foot back towards the wall behind you, and then the back of the head towards the wall in front of you. So keep the length through the spine. Lift the hips, sweep the left foot back alongside the right. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming down onto your knees, and again tucking the tailbone under, flowing through the spine up into the head. Coming forward, pushing back. Step the right foot forward, heel of the left foot towards the wall behind you, back of the head towards the wall in front of you. And then releasing the pelvis. Flicking off with the back foot, coming forward. Both knees bend, rolling up, rolling up. Bring the arms above the head. And then bring the hands back down. Aligning the body, inhaling and exhaling. So standing in your aligned position, inhaling and exhaling. Now we're going to change the beginning of the sequence, so sweep the arms out to the side, bring the hands above the head, clasp hold of the wrist, and then bend the knees. As you come down, extend down through the tailbone, keeping the spine long. Again, using the foundation in your feet. And then tipping forward, releasing the lower back. And this time we're going to bring the head towards the feet. It's a different forward bend from before. You can place the hands underneath the feet, that's great. If you're not, take hold of the ankles, that's great too. Inhalation, exhalation. Release the hands. Bend the knees, stepping the left foot back. Placing the left hand alongside the right foot, right hand onto the right knee. Heel towards the wall behind you, back of the head towards the wall in front. Slowly rotating the spine. Let the right shoulder open. Once the shoulder opens, you can extend the right hand up towards the ceiling. Bring the right hand down, sweep the right foot back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to come into our back bend from a downward facing dog. So push off on the toes, lift the heels, sequence through the legs, up into the lower back, through the spine, up into the head. Now you can either use that movement or the movement we were using before from your knees. So the choice is yours. Come forward onto your front, push back. Inhaling and exhaling. Stepping the left foot forward. Left hand onto the left knee. Release the pelvis. Let the lower back rotate. Let the shoulders rotate. Using that right arm to support you. Open the shoulders and extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Heel moving towards the wall behind, back of the head towards the wall in front. Bring the left hand down, flick off with the back foot. Bend the knees, hands above the head, clasp hold of the wrist. Pushing down with the feet, coming back up into standing, release the arms. Inhale, bring the hands above the head, take hold of the opposite wrist. Come down, keep the spine long. Come out of this position anytime the back feels too tight. Releasing it forward. And gently bring the head down towards the feet. Bending both knees. Now we're going to take the right elbow across the left knee. And gently rotating the spine. If you can, bring the left hand back behind you and take hold of the thigh. Inhalation, exhalation. Try and keep the pelvis level and square. Don't let it move too far out to the side. Come back to center, take the hands alongside the feet, stepping the right foot back. Knee onto the mat. Now we're going to come up, take the elbow again across the left knee, hands into a prayer position. Now as you exhale, go down through the front foot, bring the back heel off the mat, keeping the heel towards the wall behind, back of the head forward. Again, rotating the spine gently. Coming back down, hands alongside the feet, sweep the foot back. Downward facing dog. So again, you've got a choice, coming into your back bend from your knees, or going down through the toes, lifting the heels, through the legs, hips, through the spine up into the head. Coming forward, pushing back. Bend the knees and step the right foot forward between the hands. Left elbow over right knee. Place the hands together. Right elbow up towards the ceiling. Heel towards the wall behind you. Back of the head towards the wall in front. Come down. Hands alongside the front foot. Flick off with the back foot. Place the left elbow across the right knee. Take the right hand back behind you, opening out the right shoulder. As you exhale, rotating the spine. Coming forward, bending both knees. Sweep the arms above the head, clasp hold of the wrist. Pushing off with the feet, Coming down with the arms. Inhale, take hold of the opposite wrist. Coming down with a straight spine. Exhaling, releasing the lower back as you come forward. This time bending the knees, bending the elbows. We're going to interlace the fingers back behind you. Now we're going to come forward with the arms, but we're going to do one side at a time. So knees bent, arms bent. Relax the shoulders, straighten the right leg, and then straighten the right arm. So we're working through one side of the body. Right leg, right arm. Then the right knee, right elbow. Exhaling, straighten the left leg, left elbow. Try not to make this an aggressive stretch, but rather roll through the shoulders. Bend the knees, bend the elbows. Step the left foot back. Place the knee onto the mat. Lunging forward. Lift the hips, sweep the right foot back alongside the left. Now bend the knees and bring the left knee forward in between the hands, pointing towards the wall in front. Bring the left foot forward, but don't force it. Place the left hand onto the left knee, right hand onto the right foot. You can lift the pelvis up, releasing the pelvis before you start to bring it down. Pelvis open. Inhaling and exhaling, opening out the chest and shoulders. Coming forward onto your elbows. Moving deeper into the left hip. Inhalation, exhalation. Now if you feel any pressure on your knee at any time, come out of this position, move back into a downward facing dog. Bring the hands alongside the foot and knee. Sweep the leg back. Downward facing dog. Into your back bend, rolling down. Up into the head. Come forward. Push back. Bring the right knee forward. Again, don't force the foot. Now I'm going to come up with the hips before we go down. So if you come up and then as you exhale, release the pelvis down. Then let the chest and shoulders open. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently coming forward onto your elbows. Release the pelvis. Use the breath. Tuck the back foot under, bring the hands alongside the front of the mat. Sweep the right foot back. Downward facing dog. And then stepping the left foot forward. Lunging forward, chest and shoulders open. Flick off with the back foot. Bend the knees. Bring the hands above the head. Push off, stand up, release the arms, sweep the arms up above the head once again, opposite wrist. Come down, bent knees, straight spine, relax the shoulders. Coming forward as you exhale. Bending the knees and then interlacing the fingers back behind. Straightening legs as you exhale and then sequencing up through the shoulders. This time we're going to do both legs and both arms at the same time. So straightening the legs, releasing the shoulders. Try not to lock the shoulders up as you do this. Let the arms roll inside the shoulder joints. Bring the hands back down alongside the feet. Step the right foot back, right knee onto the mat. Bring the hands above the head as you lunge forward. Releasing the shoulder blades, keeping the shoulders open, chest open. Bring the hands back down alongside the front foot. Lift the hips, sweep the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Now this time we're going to take the right knee towards the right wall. That's the right leg across the body. Tuck the left foot under, straighten the back leg by taking the heel towards the wall behind you. Come down onto your elbows. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing the pelvis to release. Don't let that left knee collapse. Keep the left hip active above the right leg. Hands back on the front of the mat. Now sweeping that right leg back. Feet alongside each other. Rolling down gently, slowly. Fluid movement through the spine. Coming forward, pushing back. Left knee towards right wall. Right foot tucks under. Stand the right heel back towards the wall behind you. As you come forward, keeping that right leg active. Releasing the pelvis. Hands at the front of the mat. Take the left foot back alongside the right. Stepping the right foot forward between the hands, left knee onto the mat. Hands above the head. Exhaling, coming forward. Hands back alongside the front of the mat. Flick off with the back foot. Feet alongside each other. Sweep the hands above the head. Pushing off, coming back up into standing, release the arms. Inhaling, opposite wrist, come back down. Forward bend. Bending the knees, left foot back along the mat, and then bring the left knee down onto the mat and turn the right foot out towards the right wall. Open the chest and shoulders towards the right wall and come down with the outside edge of the left hip. Use the left arm to support you and place the right hand onto the leg. Inhalation, exhalation. Bring the foot round to the front. Hands onto the mat, sweeping the right leg back, downward facing dog. Rolling down through the spine. Coming forward. Back into your downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot forward. Turn the left foot out towards the left wall. Come down with the right hip. Use the right hand for support. Let the chest and shoulders open. Release the hip. Place the left hand onto the right knee. Come back up. Flick off with the back foot. Bending the knees. Arms above the head. And gently make your way back up into standing. Release the arms. Inhaling and exhaling. Stepping the right foot back along the mat, take the arms out to the side. Now you want the feet roughly underneath the wrists. Parallel with each other, open out the soles of the feet, bend the knees, and come forward with the knees bent. Place the hands onto the mat in front of you. And then as you exhale, extending the backs of the legs, straightening the legs. Keep the spine long. Bending the right leg, come out towards the right foot. Inhalation, and as you exhale, straighten the right leg, bring the head down towards the right foot. Bend the right knee, then bend the left knee. Keep the feet as they are, come over towards the left foot, right leg straight, and as you exhale, straighten the left leg. Come back to center, bend both knees, turn the left foot towards the wall in front of you, hands at the front of the mat, and then straightening the left leg. Relax the back ankle, let the heel drop. Bend the knee, sweep the left foot back alongside the right. Rolling down, through into your back bend. Come forward, push back. Stepping the right foot forward, straightening the right leg. Bend the right knee, flick off with the back foot. Knees bent, push off, rolling the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae, arms above the head. Bring the arms back down. Transfer the weight onto the left foot, bring the right foot off the mat. And then bring the sole of the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. And bring the arms above the head. Inhaling, exhaling. Bring the hands back down, step the right foot back along the mat. Separate the feet once again. Turn the right foot towards the back wall and the back foot in about 45 degrees. As you exhale, come forward over the right foot, chest and shoulders open, arms in line with the legs. Come back up. Turn the left foot towards the wall in front of you, back foot in about 45 degrees. As you exhale, come forward, keeping the knee moving forward towards the wall in front. And have the knee at a right angle, knee above the heel, with the arms level with the shoulders. Bring the hands towards the front of the mat, sweep the left foot back. Rolling down into your back bend, through the spine, release the shoulders. Pushing back into your downward facing dog. Inhaling, exhaling. Step the right foot forward. As you flick off with the back foot, we're going to bring the left foot inside of the right thigh. Bring the hands above the head, back into tree. Bring the left foot down, bring the hands down. Readjust your feet. Transfer the weight into the right foot, bring the left foot up, inside of the thigh, hands above the head. Now release the arms and take the left foot around the back of the right leg. Wrap the arms around each other, fingers up towards the ceiling. Have the knees bent. And then gently release the arms and step the left foot back along the mat. Feet parallel with each other. Turning out the left foot. Bending the left knee, bringing the hand down, either onto the floor or onto the ankle. And then as you exhale, straightening the left leg, opening out the right shoulder, right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend the left leg, come back up into standing. Same on the other side. Bend the right knee. Make sure that right knee moves out towards the wall in front of you, in line with the foot. Bring the right hand down onto the ankle, or you can just rest the elbow onto the knee if you want to stay in that position. You want to take it a little bit deeper, straightening the right leg, opening the chest and shoulders, and bringing the arm up towards the ceiling. Try not to use the arms as levers on the spine, just let the spine rotate naturally. And bring the head up towards the fingers. Bring the left hand back down. Sweep the right foot back. Downward facing dog. Rolling down through the spine, up into the head. Come forward, push back gently, downward facing dog. exhaling. Stepping the left foot forward between the hands, and then very carefully just flicking off with the back foot. Bring the right foot up inside of left thigh. Bring the hands above the head. Back into tree. And gently releasing the arms. Bring the arms down. Take the right foot around the back of the left leg. Wrap the arms around each other. Have the knees slightly bent. Standing alignment once again. Inhaling, exhaling. Let the body settle, let the breath settle. And then slowly come back down, laying back down on the mat for your relaxation. Legs out in front of you, just beyond hip distance apart. Let the feet fall out to the side. Arms out to the side, palms up towards the ceiling. Chin tucks in, back of the neck lengthens. And release the weight of the body down onto the mat. Inhaling and exhaling.